I got a viewer question about being in a calorie deficit and using Weight Watchers. So let's just jump right into it. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss journey and hopefully you'll come along for the ride. So this was a viewer's question and I don't know if they want to be mentioned by name, so I'm not going to, but you know who you are. Hi. Thank you so much for your question. So this viewer is using Weight Watchers, which if you're not familiar with Weight Watchers, it's a points-based system designed to aid people in weight loss by assigning points to certain foods. And this person wanted to know how they figure out their calorie deficit if they've only been using this Weight Watchers system. Now, before I continue with actually answering your question, I do want to say in full transparency, I am not a fan of Weight Watchers for this exact reason. It doesn't teach you calorie density. It doesn't teach you how to be in a caloric deficit. It doesn't teach you how to maintain calories. It's just a point-based system. Now, I understand that that works for some people. So if you want to use Weight Watchers, by all means, if it works for you, please. Any tool that you can use that's beneficial to you is definitely a good tool for you to use. And it's based on the individual. For me personally, I'm not a fan of Weight Watchers, but I love this question because you are asking the right question. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to go to tdeecalculator.net and we're going to enter in your information. Now, one thing that is very important when you're entering in your information is we are trying to get an absolute baseline. So where there is a spot for you to select your activity level, it does not matter what activity level you are going to select sedentary. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us the baseline calories just for you to survive, just for you to be breathing and living and doing all the things, but not necessarily working out. Because what we don't want to happen and what can happen with a lot of these different, calorie calculating apps and websites is they start to calculate in calories that are burned from doing activity, and we don't want it to do that because it's not going to be accurate. Either you in your, human form, having errors are not going to be accurate, or the app or website itself is not going to be accurate. Okay, so then once we have input all of the information to find your caloric deficit, we're going to scroll down. Now it's going to provide you a lot of information and a lot of different options here. So I highly recommend that you click through the tabs, take a look. But specifically what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the tab titled cutting, which is a bodybuilder kind of weight loss term, which means you're going to be cutting weight. So you're going to click on the cutting tab, and that is going to give you your calorie deficit number. Now, if you continue to scroll down from there, you're going to see that there are a lot of different options as far as your macros go, right? That's going to be your protein, your fat, your carbs. I recommend that if you are not diabetic, that you choose an option that is high in protein and moderate in carbs. If you have diabetes, then you're going to want to look at one of the lower carb options, not zero carbs, lower. And you're going to want to take a look at that. Now, having said all of that, if you want to start using an app to track your calories, right? In addition to using your Weight Watchers. I highly recommend that, because you will see that there are many items that are quote unquote low points or 0 points in the Weight Watchers world that still have calories. So you can actually go over your calorie deficit on Weight Watchers, which is why I personally am not a fan of Weight Watchers, because I feel like it can set people up for failure. And it also has a high fail rate. Obviously, Weight Watchers has been around for a long time. So just some things to keep in mind. You can use the MyFitnessPal if you're looking for something that's very easy, intuitive, easy to search. It's very, very simple and straightforward. It does have a paid version, but I just use the free version because I don't need it to do all the complicated stuff. I use a spreadsheet to track, where I'm doing my injections, how much weight I'm losing each week. So for me, I don't need it to chart all of that additional information. And that way I can just keep it very, very simple. I'm just plugging in my food and going about my day. And keeping things simple is a really great way to set yourself up for success. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have a question, make sure you put it in the comments below. I will do my very best to try to help you. If you're not comfortable with putting a comment down below, but you would like to ask a question, make sure you check out my Facebook group. There is an option to post anonymously, and you can get help with whatever your concerns are. So the link to the group is in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.